Hey everybody, thanks again for tuning in to this little series on the RC210 repeater controller. I just wanted to give you a little idea of the configuration we have set up and to give you a little zoom in on the various portions of the controller and the accessories with it. So yeah, it's been a good controller. We've been happy with it. You can see the back end here with your analog digital I/O and 3 repeater ports and your serial programming connector there, and a little portion for the accessory auto patch. And just panning across the top here, you can see the real-time clock and the repeater audio delay board. And it just has some short jumpers over to the headers on the main board for it to get the power and to do its audio delay feed there. And just panning across, you can see the status LEDs and their connection to the board. And of course the header for the real-time clock. So there's a little space left over to the right of everything with the repeater audio delay board installed. I'm not sure if there's enough room for the auto patch, but you can always put any other accessories in there, a Raspberry Pi. Here's the connection of the serial interface for programming the controller, and it just has a cable that runs over to the other side to the DB25 connector. And the real-time clock with the battery standing out there, it's really nice to have that battery backup. You can program it via DTMF, but if it's already there and backed up, you don't have to worry. And a little shot of the back side just shows the main connector to the board and also a little foam support. And here's a little closer shot of the repeater audio delay board. We did get this one populated with all 3 ports. We're only using 2 of them right now, and that third one we just put the cable off to the side. But just some close zoom in here so you can see a little bit of the components and of course the trim pots there, how you adjust the amount of delay that you want. Then just a short jumper over to the header on the main board and a small jumper there to remove before you put on that main connector. And the ADR interface for the DR1X repeater, just showing the encode decode board and the dip switches you need to set to get your CT/CSS frequency, and just a close-up image there for clarity. And a close-up shot of the rim board. You can see it is shrink-wrapped with a clear heat shrink. Just keeps your fingers off of all the little components there, front and back. Small little board just snaps right into the back on one of the ports. And the other side of it. And we'll just take a couple close-up shots of some of these smaller boards. Real-time clock here, and showing it in its home on the main board. And the header that you'll plug that into. Here's just a shot of the box that the ADR interface comes in. And then the encode decode board inside. It doesn't use all the wires, so there's a few of them that are snipped there, and you'll notice that if you open it up. And a shot of the CPU and other components that allow it to keep the automatic mode select feature. And a little bit closer up of the trim pot for the CT/CSS output level there to the center right. And just some closer in stills of the rim board from Repeater Builder. Just gives you an idea of the construction that went into this. Single connection to your Raspberry Pi. Other side goes to the controller port. There you go. So that's the RC210 repeater controller from Arcom that we've had for not quite 1 year yet, but really enjoying it and getting to know it a little bit more. So the next video is going to be introducing you to the software and some of the things we've learned going into it. And we're not at a point yet where we can answer too many questions, but there is a very good message board out there at rc210 at groups.io. Very active base there. You can always email Arcom, but they are checking that location too. And all kinds of users. Everybody's providing input and help for anybody that has questions.